I've grown up a little bit, as a woman. I've grown up in this business kind of in front of people's eyes, definitely fashion-wise. I sort of had my fashion puberty in front of everybody's eyes. So I think just look-wise, I've definitely changed a lot to what I used to look like with the glasses and the long hair and the leather. And so in general, it's nice to be able to make a change and feel very comfortable with it, not feel like you're wearing, the clothes are wearing you, but I feel very comfortable with the change I've made. I feel like it was meant to be. I'm actually wearing Marc Jacobs, and it's quite a lovely little dress that, you too can go out and get if you'd like. Being around the clothing industry and fashion so much may have influenced the way that I dress now. I hope positively, but if people are wondering where my new look comes from. The diamonds are real on my fingers because they're from my husband, but this and my pearls are from Accessorize. So you too can have the Anastacia look for a small price. With my husband as my bodyguard, the pressure's really on him now, huh? I've always felt quite safe in my career period. I've had really good fans, and never had too many experiences that I've been frightened of, I guess. And he's definitely very good at what he does for a living. So no, he's still my bodyguard. So the relationship, we still have a working relationship together. You know what? I moved from New York and I went to LA first, and then I'm living both in LA and in London. It's great. I love all cities. Cities are hard not to love because there's just so much excitement everywhere. Um, I think that London is just it's alive, but but there isn't one. I don't know that I really have a favorite. Maybe if I had a favorite, it still would be New York. The way that I wanted to fight through my cancer, I didn't want to sit around and wait for it to leave. I wanted to push it out, and I wanted to kick it out, and I wanted to punch it out. So that's how I live in my spirit. I'm a fighter. So it just is the way that I chose to experience what is deemed as probably a tragedy to someone else or terrible information. I call it a blessing. I'm grateful that I was given a chance to live. I was grateful I was given the opportunity to have the media to speak about things and to openly talk about breast cancer and try to take the shame away from the word, and the fear away from the word, because there's nothing really to be ashamed of, except a lot of women are, and it's because it's been so, you have to whisper the word, and you really don't. I think it's quite something you should be proud of accomplishing, and it's like a weird cult, but it really is. When you meet another cancer survivor, we're like, yeah, yeah, we have this little handshake and stuff, we're like, yeah. But it's you got to have fun with trying to go through something really that really almost makes you not want to smile, and you try to be serious about it. You've got to take the other end of something serious and turn the frown upside down. I still do enjoy performing. I think the business is always very intimidating to me personally. I have never really gotten to understand it. I don't think I ever really will. And if I didn't sing, I probably wouldn't do this for a living. I don't live for music. I don't listen to it all the time. I'm not like absorbed and immersed in what I do. I write my albums and then I promote them and then I go perform them, but I am not like, I don't represent everything about my music. I represent who I am as a person. And that's where it's different. Like who I am in my songs is really who I am in life. So I'm sort of just displaying this very simple advertisement of myself, sort of being Anastacia, normal. And people seem to understand that instead of the smoke and mirrors of what a lot of other people sort of create this image of a star or the posse behind them or whatever it is. It works for a lot of people. That's the part of the business I don't really understand very much.